YouTube, hello. Difference between the two. I know there's a third issue, there's a third release in which discs can be released in metal cases, and that's called an ironpak. Don't have an ironpak, but what I do have are the two, steelbook and a metalpak, and there is a slight difference. Apart from the weight, the ironpak is slightly heavier than a steelbook. The metalpak is slightly heavier than a steelbook. The ironpak is heavier again, it's the heaviest out of the three. Apart from the weight, apart from the steelbook being the lightest, it's just really a difference in the way they look. And it falls really mainly in the hinge area. The corners in the steelbook are slightly less round. Got a metalpak here. They're slightly rounder, if that's the word. Okay, apart from the weight, right? As I say, apart from the steelbook being the lightest, apart from it and the edges being slightly rounder in both the ironpak and the metalpak than the steelbook. Steelbook has a difference. The main difference between steelbook and the other two packs, the iron and the metalpak, is the hinge. The steelbook is the only one with a complete hinge. Yeah. Steelbook is the only one with a complete hinge there, both on the back and on the inside. It's the only one with a complete hinge. Both the ironpak, which I don't possess, and the metalpak, which I do possess, which is this, both have incomplete spines, as it were. You can see the hinge more here on the metalpak than the ironpak, but the ironpak, it's still, you can still see the hinge from the outside. It's more like a steelbook on the outside. The metalpak is. The ironpak is. The metalpak, which I'm holding here, is more different. I.e., there's more of the hinge which can be seen. But both are different to steelbook in this department mainly. See the hinge on the outside, i.e., it's an incomplete spine. When you open it out, no spine visible, like on the steelbook it's completely visible. And on the inside, again, there's no spine exposed, whereas on the steelbook, clearly a spine exposed. See? The metalpak, like with the ironpak, it's not a complete spine. The ironpak reveals a spine, but it's still not complete. But look for more information on the ironpak. Look for that online, because I don't have one to show you. I just have the metalpak here to demonstrate. The main difference falls in the hinge. The recent issues, the recent metalpaks, this is quite an old metalpak. The more recently made metalpaks has like a plastic sheath to cover the hinge on the inside, both on the top hinge and the bottom hinge. The older metalpaks, which this is, doesn't. It doesn't have those two like plastic sheaths on the inside. But they both the older metalpaks and the more recent metalpaks, they are exactly the same, as you can see here with the older ones. But the older and newer look the same from the outside. But other than that, other than the hinge area and to be picky, the more rounded edges on both the iron and the metalpak than the steelbook, and the weight, which I mentioned, both the metal and the ironpak are slightly heavier than the steelbook. Really, there is no difference really other than the hinge. It's just the hinge area. It's just the hinge area. See? It's extremely noticeable. See? But it's quite distinct at the same time. If you're in a shop and just picked one up off the shelf, you wouldn't notice the weight in your hand, you wouldn't notice the more rounded edges until you really looked. But both the metalpak and the ironpak noticeably have very different hinges, spine area, very different spine areas. Okay? There your difference. Because some people are still getting them confused online. People are holding up the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes metalpak and saying it's a steelbook, etc. Anyway, look, that's it in a nutshell. Apart from the weights and the more rounded edges, it's really just the spine area. If you're in a store, they'd be very different. That's what would strike you the most as different. Okay, over and out.